Hey, this is take 3 of the Minecraft Tuck Everlasting project. This is a project for school, so if you want any ideas, you can take any. Free for you to take. Like, there's some design ideas you might want to take or something. That's probably why you're watching this video, or else you wouldn't have clicked this. Okay, so here's a map of the place, sort of. You see over there, that's the clearing in the forest where the water is that the Tucks drank. Over there is the Tuck house. Right below me is the Foster house. That's just a random house that I made just for extra detail. You know, they're those neighbors that you always have that you don't like. They're always talking to you, and you really want to ask them, so when are you moving again? Because you really don't like them. And over there's the jailhouse. So we're gonna start our journey off in the Foster house. Down here is the Foster house where Winnie Foster and her parents and her grandmother live. And this is where Winnie usually plays. Sorry, I'm just gonna get rid of this rain. It's really annoying me. And over here is her frog that she likes to talk to. She's always loved that frog. And then when we go inside the house, when she has to go inside, her parents' bedroom's right here, the master bedroom. Over there's their closet, and they have a gigantic bed over here that they sleep in. Just a basic room in a basic house. Over here we have the grandmother's room. We have a nice bed, nice curtains over the bed to make it look fancy, and here's the closet that she has. And then the last room in the house, of course, is Winnie's room. And in Winnie's room, she has most of that. She has a closet, and she has a nice little dress in the closet, a nice blue dress, and she has her bed here. And then she has this little dresser thing where she has her water that will one day make her immortal if she drinks it. Right sitting there in the corner. And over here's the hallway where all the lights are. And that's the Tuck house, the Foster house for you. Sorry. And then, you know, one day, Winnie gets fed up with her family and she's talking to her frog about running away. So it turns night and she's thinking about it, and she thinks to herself, yeah, I'm gonna run away. So in the morning, when it's day, she runs away before her parents wake up, over into the forest. She's running into the forest and she has no idea where she's going. She's just running through the forest here. Just running around. And guess who she finds? She finds that little frog. And she talks to the little frog about how she ran away and she told him she was. And then she keeps on running through the forest. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. And then she finds Jesse Tuck. He's just sitting there drinking from the spring. And then she gets thirsty, so she says, oh, I'm gonna have some of that water. And then Jesse's like, no, you can't drink it. And then they kidnap his mother, Jesse Tuck's mother, May Tuck, and Jesse and Miles. They all kidnap her and take her back to the Tuck house on the horse. And here is the Tuck house. Inside the Tuck house, when you first go in, you see the nice dinner table where they all go to eat. They don't really usually eat all together, but when they do, they have this big table here so they can eat. 4 plates set at the table. And over here is a nice fireplace so that when the boys are out on the pond or the lake and they come inside, they can just warm up in the fire so they can dry off. Here's the couch that Winnie sleeps in, Winnie Foster sleeps in when she's over at their house. The other people sleep upstairs, where this is where the parents, May Tuck and Angus Tuck, are. And over here is Miles and Jesse's beds. They got a nice bunk bed. Of course, Jesse's always on the top bed bunk because, you know, he loves adventure. That would be something he'd want to do. And Miles sleeps on the bottom. And I bet you didn't know this, but these beds used to be white. But over time, You know, they only visit once a year. They get dirty, and now they're dark gray and light gray. That's the inside of the house of the Tucks. On the outside, though, you can see we got nice acacia wood to make it look red, which it does on the cover picture of the book, Tuck Everlasting. It's got a nice dark oak roof, and over here we got a chimney with smoke coming out of it. I'll talk later about how I got that smoke to come. And then we got these lights over here, and a nice dock where the boat usually is. And over here in the corner are a bunch of frogs. Now you see the frogs are actually creeper heads here because there aren't any frogs in Minecraft, but there are a lot of frogs in the book, so I made makeshift, you know, made what I had with the thing. And so I got these two frogs here ribbiting at each other. This frog ribbiting to a frog that's way over here. This frog over here. And you're probably wondering, what's this thing? Well, you see, the Tucks used to have a cat. And this is the gravestone for their poor little kitty. R.I.P. cat. We all say meow. Sorry, I just had to add that little we all say meow thing. It's pretty nice. And over here is Angus, Tuck, and Winnie in the boat, where they have that nice little chapter, which I think is one of the best chapters in the book. Now, if you pull out your Tuck Everlasting book right now and look at the cover, what do you see? You see a little tree over here, a nice little birch tree. Then you see a big tree over there, that tree. It's a nice little big spruce tree. Then you see the Tuck house, and you see the lake, and you see the boat. And you see, here is almost like I tried to make it like the front cover of the book. So you see here, there's I just said that. Yeah, I hope you liked that part. And then, you know, one day, the man in the yellow suit comes, steals their horse, you know, all of that. And May bashes him in the head, and she got sent to jail. In the jailhouse way over here, back at where the foster house was. And here is the jailhouse for you. Jailhouse is made out of stone bricks with nice spruce doors. And when you go inside, you have these oak trap doors where the head officer usually is. Usually there will be wanted signs, but there are no wanted signs on Minecraft, so they're usually going to be here. And this is where the officer would be. He'd be talking to people. People would come and say, "Oh, this dude robbed me, dude." And the guy like, no, dude, I'm gonna get that dude." And then he'd catch the dude and put him in the cell here with all the other dudes. Usually May Tuck would be in this cell, but after her recent escape, they're master escapists, these Tucks. They escaped from the jail. If you want to know how they escaped from jail, I can show you. See, it was pretty simple. I can't believe they never thought of this. They just took off the bars here, and then May Tuck slipped through. I don't know how. She must be really skinny, but she isn't supposed to be. And then little Winnie went through there. I can imagine how she could. She's only like 10 or 11. And took May's spot. And, oh, there you go. That is the city. Well, not city, but the book of the Tucks. Now I'm going to show you a couple small details I put in. I don't know if you noticed when we went along. Here are some lamps to make it brighten when it's nighttime. You know, you don't want to have it all dark all the time. Of course, I added this house, and there are blinds here on this house, so you can't look in. Then over here is where some trees were cut down. The Tucks, you know, not Tucks, Fosters, they cut down the trees so they can make profit of them. That's how they became very, 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 very rich. And yeah, this used to be forest, all of this place, but now they cut down all these trees, they own the forest. And if we keep going through this forest, you know, we find the great tree, I guess you could call it, with the magical water. And you might be wondering, why is it so illuminated here? It's very bright. Well, you see, under these little carpets, which the carpets, I think you should use them as like moss pads. They look very much like moss, and it makes it look nicer with all the moss added, and of course the vines to the trees. You should add those too. Sometimes they self-generate with the trees, and the bamboo sticks are here. And of course, if you want to get this tree to become so large, you just get one tree, plant it down, plant another tree on top of the tree. Sorry, I gotta get rid of this rain. Really don't like rain. And oh yeah, I forgot, I was talking about how it's so illuminated here. So if you were to use like glowstone lamps or something, you'd illuminate the entire area here. If you were to use torches, it would be so dark here still, because torches don't really do much. And where would you put a torch? On the tree? Doesn't really fit around there. What you do is you get jack-o'-lanterns. Jack-o'-lanterns give you just the right amount. See, if you put 2 jack-o'-lanterns right here, it illuminates the area so much, and it's perfect. That's why I think you should just use jack-o'-lanterns around. Why use torches? And then, I don't know if you realize... oh yeah, I told you I talked to you about how you get to this chimney here. You see, here's the chimney. You just get one of those fireplace things. And you're probably wondering, how does that smoke get so high? It usually just gets to around there. Well, you see, here's a little tip for you. If you put a hay bale under it, the smoke goes higher. It's a really cool thing that's in Minecraft. And it's really useful, so if you're planning on doing a project, like if you're not planning, but if you're doing a project like this or something, or if you're just playing Minecraft all the time and you want to add that, well, there you go. And of course I talked to you about the creeper heads being frogs. They're really useful to use, and they're just really, really nice. Of course, for the gravestone, I used polished diorite. It's mostly it. You know, we got the barbed wire of a fence. We got the lamps I talked about. And that's it for the Tuck Everlasting project. I hoped you enjoyed it. I hope my teacher enjoyed it. If he didn't, well, you won't be seeing me on the PS4 anymore or on YouTube, because I'll be trying to up my grades from a C+ to an A+. I'm kidding. I'm probably gonna... I hope I give it. You know, I'm just gonna stop talking and end this video off.